Welcome to Tuscaloosa, Alabama, where titles are won, legends are made, and fields are named after them. Saban Field at Bryant-Denny Stadium, home of the Alabama Crimson Tide. Alabama about to kick off to get things started. Bringing it out. Pulled down at the 18, and the decision to bring it out of the end zone was not a good one. The Aggies' offense is on the field for the first time today. And this big fella can beat you in a number of different ways in the passing game, David.
Yeah, so much fun to have a guy that I can rely on, that can beat guys over the middle of the field, that can beat man-to-man coverage. This guy's the ultimate weapon.
And I love that this guy has an awesome catch radius. You don't have to be perfect as a quarterback when you throw to him. He can make you look good.
Tried to move that pile forward. He maybe gets two. He's down at the 21.
And the running back didn't get much there. Nice job by the defense. You can tell they're focused in on this running back, on this run game, being physical, getting knockbacks, and limiting his carries.
Keeps it moving for a 3-yard gain to the 24. This crowd bringing the energy and noise early. To the air, it's Reed. Finds his big tight end. And he'll move his way forward to the first down. They'll mark it at the 35. The Aggies come to the line with a fresh set of downs. The give to the can't get him to the ground. Still on his feet at the 45. In his sophomore season, he's really learned to find that running room. Running the ball's in the Aggies' DNA. I mean, that dates back to the Junction Boys.
It's the physicality. They find those guys up front that can make holes, and I think that's when you see the great A&M teams. Really good offensive line, paving the way for those backs and those great teams they've had.
Encroachment, defense.
So the early contact for the defense, and they'll move it up 5 yards. And the Aggies look to keep this drive humming. He'll set up to throw. Quickly complete. They make the stop, but this passing game does some damage, and they move the sticks with the first down.
And you see tight end matchups all over the field all the time now. It used to just be in the red zone. Now you just find the big fella, you put him in the slot, try to give him the ball as much as possible because you know he can make big plays.
It's a draw. Oh, what a move! They make the stop, but this running game moves the chains as they get the first down. This crowd rising up, sensing that its defense needs some help. They'll leave it with him. And how about the efficiency on that one? It'll bring up 2nd and 4.
And a nice job by the running back, finding space, getting downhill, making the good run. Great job finishing with his pads.
Looking to throw, it's Reed. And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense. The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. 3rd down. They can pick up the first without scoring. From the gun, wants to pass. He caught it. And he wanted the score badly, but the defense wrestles him down at the 2. This offense trying to quiet the crowd on 1st and goal, and they are not cooperating. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Texas A&M.
You love as a head coach to watch your offense take the field and establish a rhythm and consistency the way they did there. Everything they dialed up was working to perfection. They go 10 plays on the opening drive and cap it off with a touchdown.
Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. On the run from inside his own 5. And the return man reaches the end of the line, and down he goes. So Alabama's offense will take the field for the first time. And it won't be easy to throw the ball down the field today, David, because both of these teams have locked down corners.
I mean, these guys shut down half of the field. Playmaking cornerbacks that really can play man-to-man and lock down the best guys on the other side.
Yeah, if I'm a quarterback in this game, I am taking a calculated risk if I'm thrown towards one of these two dudes because you're just asking to get picked off.
And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down, second down coming. In a competitive conference like the SEC, you just can't afford to start 0-1 if you want to chase a championship. Really important to get off to a good start.
No doubt, in the SEC, you've got to set the tone early. It's all about creating momentum out of the gate. Both of these teams had this game circled all offseason, David. They know what's riding on the line.
There's so much riding on the line. Who gets to Atlanta down the road? Bragging rights, recruiting rights, all this stuff. Once you get in conference play, it means a lot every single week.
Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. Third and long, backed up inside their 20. Working that left side. And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep them from getting the first down. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And, of course, he said the open one, but we know who he really wants to go to on third down.
The best one. I mean, I think the open one, obviously the politically correct answer, but you want to find the guy that you got that great chemistry with. You know exactly where he's going to be. You got that bond and that trust.
Trying to get a rhythm in the passing game, now on second down. Takes the handoff. It's Hart. Ran through the contact. Stopped at the 44, but he got 10 on the play. You can go way back in the history books to the wishbone attack, all the way back to the first Rose Bowl team. Alabama builds its identity on a strong running game.
Builds it on dudes that tote the rock and do it with nastiness, with some physicality. Not one guy's going to bring them down, and you see it year after year with these guys, and there's always somebody that's going to be a physical challenge to try to get on the ground.
Lost one on that last one. It's second and 11. Back to pass. It's Mack. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was not loose, and third down is coming. They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. Now the quarterback changing the original play call. On third down, going up top. He lofts it high and deep down the left side. And it's picked off. Takes it the other way. And a big return after the INT sets up the offense for this possession.
Sometimes the quarterback puts that zip on it and you can hear it, and sometimes he uses the lob wedge where it takes a little time to get there. That time he used the lob wedge and the defender came in and made the interception. Big play for this defense early.
At the 45 on its way. Major gaps in that defense, and he got loose, and they finally knock him down at the 41. Texas A&M going quickly. Defense in press coverage. They're going to go right back to him on first down. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
And not great blocking up front. They're struggling to get the running game going. And tell you what, they got to find something. Last week it was a bad performance, and this offense has got to get some momentum early in this game and find
nothing but green ahead. He gets it all the way down to the 5-yard line. A terrific catch and run before he stops. It's first and goal as Texas A&M comes to the line. Off the bootleg, wants to toss it. Fires into the end zone. He throws back across his body, and it's picked off. And the offense makes the tackle in frustration after the interception. Drive comes up empty, and it's a turnover. And now the offense will come onto the field again. They'll throw it on first down. They're working that left side. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few. Line getting set on second down. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. Makes the stop at the 32, but he picks up 10 on that play. Texas A&M has the lead at the end of the quarter. One period in the books, and let's take a look at the stats. First down to start the drive after the break. They're going to ride this running back. Good pickup on that play. It'll bring up 2nd and 4.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
Got 6 on first down. Now a lot of options on 2nd and 4. On the ground, it's Whittington. And he's knocked down, but not before moving the chains.
And that is exactly why you stick to running the football. Haven't had a lot of success, but boom, you pop one, right? That's what you got to do. You cannot become one-dimensional and just throw the football every down. Love the offense, sticking to the run. Nice job getting the first down.
And that defense doesn't allow a cutback, and they get him out of bounds after a short gain.
Nice run there on first down. You know, this is a running back that gets better as the game goes on. So they're going to want to make sure they keep feeding him the football, let him get lathered up.
They'll keep it on the ground. A strong tackle and wrap-up from the junior.
All right, well, the offense here, they're trying to get this run game established. They obviously don't break off a long run there, but they're just trying to find their footing at this point.
Looking to pass. It's Mack. They're bringing heat. That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on 3rd down.
Yeah, and on money down defensively, you got to find ways to affect the quarterback. Nice job by the defense, getting the pressure, getting to him, getting a hit on him, and forcing the incompletion, and now forcing the 4th down.
On 4th down, they're taking to the air. Fires to the big fella. And he is going to be short. He just stepped out of bounds, but he was short of the first down marker. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They'll run it from the gun. Discards a man. Oh, he gave him a dead leg. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down.
When you think Texas A&M football, man, you think running the football all the way back to R.C. Slocum, a great Aggie head coach. You just want to be the more physical team, and you want to be imposing your will. This guy right here toting the rock has the ability to wear and grind on defenses. He brings that physical presence to this offense.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. He's looking to throw. Finds his tight end. And not much doing there as that defense runs him out of bounds.
It must be nice for this quarterback knowing he's got this type of athlete playing the tight end position that can work the middle of the field for him. He's a guy who can stretch it vertically as well, but this is a guy to the cube.
And the ball is picked off. Didn't get a ton on the return, but they've got it inside the 20 at the 19-yard line.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
Dropping back, it's Mack. He lobs one high down the left side. And it's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Alabama! And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
Really nice job working the route and getting himself open. And he was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air. And this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
Lining up for the PAT. smashes it through for the PAT. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Cincinnati is getting worked right now in their own dojo. We've seen this team in big spots over the years, but I can't think of a worse beating. They're trailing by 17 to Oklahoma State. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about it.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Picks his way and gets 4 out to the 27.
It's just so nice to know you can start off on first down with positive plays. Positive yards, hand the football off, set up a good second down.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down at 2nd and 6. Running back searching for a hole. He'll push his way out to the 30, a pickup of 3. This is where you make the money on the drive. Ball at the 30, it's 3rd and short. They'll try to get the first through the air. Takes the easy one to the back. And he got enough for the first down, but somebody put the hit stick upside his head. Texas A&M back to work with another first down. Looking for a man, it's Reed. A little too much on that one, just out of his reach.
I love the decision by the quarterback. He found the open man, just don't love the throw. Got to be a little bit more accurate, make it easier on your target.
After the incompletion, back to the passing game. He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up.
How about the job and recognition by the defense? They knew exactly what they were trying to set up, and they had multiple defenders surrounding that intended target so that there was nowhere for him to go once he caught the ball.
Right back to the well. How about that elusiveness? He's got space. That'll get the job done and move the chains, and they'll mark the ball at the 45. They'll immediately call timeout. Offense threatening at the 45-yard line on 1st and 10. He wants to throw. Quarterback strolling away from heat. Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll go to the sideline and try to make adjustments.
Well, the offense trying to stay aggressive, right? You just came up with a huge play, and right away you go back to another pass. But you got to do a better job protecting your quarterback. Can't give up the sack.
He's looking for an open man on 2nd down. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Defense needs to regroup as he gets it down to the 26.
It's been a matchup problem all season long. Defenses just don't know how to solve the puzzle. And with that last catch, over 500 yards receiving now on the year for him.
Fires to the tight end. And that was some kind of collision between a couple of big bodies there, and he stopped from getting the first down. On 2nd down, looking to throw. Got his man on the outside. And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain.
Man, this guy's going to need some water when he gets to the sidelines. They've been putting him to work on this drive, right? We've seen him toting the rock with success. Now you're seeing him get involved in the passing game, too. They are highlighting his versatility here on this drive.
Finds his man. And he motors into the end zone. Touchdown, Aggie!
And I just love the execution by this offense. Late in the half, man, you want to take the lead. You want to get that momentum on your side, and they do it. They finish it with the passing game. I'll tell you what, keep that passing game up. You can keep this lead, keep the momentum, and keep putting up numbers.
They got the late touchdown on the board, now about to kick it away and hoping the defense can keep them from answering. Here comes that Alabama offense. This late in the half, you're behind. You'd love to create something before the break to build momentum, Jesse.
But you've also had some miscues on offense, a big part of why you're losing the game right now. I'd take it into halftime, make my adjustments, and come out ready in the second half.
Yeah, I'm going to take it into halftime too, Paul. But I'm trying to put some points up right here. Be aggressive, set the tone, be like, hey, listen, this is what you're going to get in the second half, so find something really quick when you go to.
Here comes the offense on 2nd down. Back to throw, it's Mack. He'll off one deep down the left side. Grabs it inside the 10. Gets it inside the 5, down to the 4, and it'll be first and goal. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. And backed up, first and goal. This defense fighting to hold the lead and carry it to the locker room.
And what a nice play by the DB. You have to understand, that wide receiver gets that ball that quick. It's tough to get him on the ground. Nice job of getting a hold of him, getting him on the ground from no gain.
Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Quarterback checking off. On second down, wants to throw. What a snag by the defense. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception. That's why you love veterans in this defense. They stay locked in on their rules, and he made the pick. They'll be able to snap it one more time. Let's see how aggressive they are on 1st and 10. Going with the counter play here. And he finds enough running room, and he's marked down at the 20. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update. Texas A&M has it teed up to start this second half. And he takes this from inside the 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. I imagine we'll see them go right back to work up top after how productive that passing game was in the first half.
And it's interesting. If I'm the defense and I've got the lead, they've had success throwing the football, but we're winning. I don't know that this defense changes too much of what they've done in the first half.
I think they got to do a better job of pass rush. They might want to change their coverages as well, because they're probably at this point expecting this offense to have to keep throwing, considering they did have success in the first half.
And he's able to bounce off one tackle for a solid pickup.
And a big key on that throw to the slot receiver, guys, is putting the ball out in front. The location of the throw is what helped that guy get extra yards after the catch.
On 3rd and short, the run and looking for the first down. Nice job to get it past the sticks, and they get him down at the 35.
All right, defense, that's what we can't do. We can't give up this many chunk yards on the ground. Got to commit more guys to the line of scrimmage. Got to get those running backs on the ground. That's way too easy.
Alabama with a 1st and 10 here. Hands it off. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go.
Hold it. Offense.
Amazing how many times an offensive holding penalty will stall a drive. We'll see if the offense can overcome it. Line gets set, 1st down. Dropping back, it's Mack. Unloads to the wideout. On target over the middle. It's probably pretty comforting for this offensive coordinator to know as soon as the game's kicked off, I can pretty much pencil in a 100-yard receiving day for this dude.
And I want to be the quarterback. I mean, that guy, it's always open, man, zone. I know I'm looking his way because he's going to catch the football. He's going to make big plays for me. So, yeah, I'm not surprised they can continue to highlight this guy in the passing game.
The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. He's going to pass. A shot toward the end zone. And it's caught. Touchdown, Crimson Tide.
And this receiver is on fire. He's got all the skills that you look for in a big-time target. And that's already his second touchdown of the game.
And no gold star for making it a trick shot, but he bounced it off the left upright and got the PAT. After that latest answer tied things up, just about set to kick it away again. And he's coming out of the end zone. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Texas A&M has it back, and we say howdy to the Aggie offense again. The roar of the crowd trying to fuel this defense to keep them pinned in their own end. Going to the ground. Nice move to pick up yardage. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Off the play fake on first down. And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18.
This defense, they are tenacious, and they've got guys up front that are athletic and that are so strong you can collapse the pocket. You saw it right there in that play action attack.
Looking for a man. It's Reed. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one.
And a really nice job by the defense winning second down. I think the quarterback thought he could dump this off, maybe get some positive yards, set up a good third down. The defense did a great job responding and getting that running back on the ground.
Feeling some... And here's a fumble way behind the line. Once that ball was loose, offense didn't have a chance. Defenders everywhere as a turnover. The defense comes up with the fumble and takes it to the house.
The old scoop and score. Create the fumble, pick that puppy up, take it to the house. Great job by the defense, not only forcing the turnover, but getting points out of it.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Gentlemen, let's take a look at what's happening in this exciting college football game. Arizona is down right now, but you simply can't rule out a comeback. Teddy Bruschi had a hand in getting this kid to Tucson, so if he thinks the magic is there, who am I to disagree? They're trailing by 11 to Kansas State. Any big developments in this one, we've got you covered with the best studio team in the business. Gentlemen?
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. He gets it all the way out to the 19-yard line, a pickup of 6.
It's the MO of this offense, and they really put a lot on the offensive line to go out and really try and establish their dominance and their assertiveness, and they've done a good job of that early in this game running the football.
And they pick up just a few on that completion.
I love this defense's ability to fight off blocks and rally to the football. They do such a great job pursuing that wide receiver screen to only allow a minimal gain and no first down.
Takes it from the gun on third down. Finds the tight end. And he was just a couple of steps away from taking that one even further after the catch. A&M comes back out with another first down. Here's the handoff. Fighting off the defender. He had all kinds of company as soon as he got it. He had to fight his way back just to get to the line of scrimmage. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Scanning the field, it's Reed. Quickly out to the tight end. And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there.
Kind of like that big, reliable security blanket. And that's what tight ends are a lot of the times. They're just usually big, huge guys that if I throw it anywhere near him, he's going to pluck it, catch it, and give me some positive yards.
Fires to the tight end. Nice pitch and catch there, and they'll have enough for the first down.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on third down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his progression.
They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about. We'll repeat the previous down, but this time the offense has 10 more yards it has to cover. Texas A&M ready to go with another first down. From the gun, the give, looking for room. And he was able to run through one tackle, but still only a modest gain.
And these defensive tackles just eat people. They swallow human beings when you get near them. They're so big, so strong. When those guys, those running backs coming, they just need a mid. They put one mid on a running back, and he usually falls to the ground just because of their sheer mass and strength.
Well, tip your hat to the defense getting that incompletion, because that hasn't happened often for this guy. Completed over 70% of his throws last week. He's doing it again in this game. Can the defense continue to mix things up, see if they can maybe confuse this QB?
Get as far as you can and then get down. Don't take that hit. Texas A&M will have to boot it away. First time today we've seen a punter go to work. Gets it away, good distance, but more importantly, just the direction he wanted. Here comes that Alabama offense. That last touchdown drive was surgical through the air, Jesse.
It sure was, and that's why this offense is so dangerous, David, because they can score in a hurry because of how efficient they are throwing the football.
And welcome to modern college football. That's what it is. Spread you out, find my playmaker.
He tosses one high and deep down the left side. And that will be incomplete. Man, that would have been a big hitter if they could have done it, but second down coming.
Well, these two have linked up for multiple touchdowns in this game. They had the look they liked. They're licking their chops, taking a shot down the field. We haven't seen too many incompletions when these guys have been trying to play throw and catch.
Back to throw, it's Mack. Just a short pass to the tight end. And he laid the lumber to stop him from getting the first down. Coming to the line of scrimmage on third down. So Alabama takes the lead into the quarter break. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. When you're dealing with a deficit like this, it's all about somebody stepping up to make a play, and you might as well start here in the fourth quarter. A third and long coming up here. From the gun, wants to pass. That's caught. It's Hamilton. There to make the tackle, but the big throw is good enough to give them a first down. Boy, the defense really needed to get off the field there, and they just couldn't do it, and it's a fresh set of downs.
Man, that hurts. When you're trailing late in the ballgame, you need those stops, and you get them to third down. You get them to those critical points. Now they get the first down. You don't have many left. You better get aggressive.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
Going to the running game. Yeah, it's a bit of a surge, and he's knocked down after picking up a 3 to the 26. They're going to keep this drive going. They'll have to make a play on third and long from the 26. To the air, it's Mack. Can't make the grab on third down, and that is a rare drop for this guy. Looks as if the Tide will punt it away. The punter going to get his first work of the afternoon. He'll settle for some pretty good field position and make the fair catch at around the 35. Texas A&M has it back on the offense, ready to go to work. That last drive won't go on the highlight reel after ending in a punt. They'd like to be more productive this time, David.
And I think this offense has to be a little bit more balanced. Find a little balance between the run, Jesse, and working in that pass.
And I think, too, David, it's just going to take a spark. It just takes one play to get this thing picked up and going.
Comes out throwing on first down. Grabbed in the middle. It's Strickland. And how about that catch and run? So dangerous, this guy. The Aggies are in the hurry up. They'll run it out of the shotgun. Defense there to stop him after a gain of 3, but he is inside the 30 to the 29.
It's just simple first down run, showing your physicality, setting your offense up in a good spot.
He wants to throw here on second down. Oh, no, the ball popped out. Defense covering it up and not letting the offense get it back. It's a turnover.
You know, as quarterbacks, you've got to be good in the pocket. Even when things are collapsing, you've got guys swiping at it. You've got to have 2 hands on the football. Didn't do a really good job with ball security there, and that led to the fumble.
The Tide offense rolls onto the field. They missed an opportunity to extend this lead the last time they had it, Jesse.
Yeah, they got to be able to regain that momentum, right? Go back to what was working earlier on in this one. And David, to me, that starts with being the more physical team.
No, I definitely agree. Being the more physical team, but understanding the situation of the game. You're still winning. You got the football back. Now put a nice drive together and execute.
He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Really nice job by the defense getting that last stop. All third downs in games are important, but this one just feels like it's the biggest down of this game right now for this defense. If they can get off the field, they've got to give it back to their offense with as much time as possible to have a chance to win this game.
3rd and short from the 44, and we might know if they plan to go for it on 4th down by what they call here. Smart move to keep it on the ground. Steamrolls his way ahead. Nice job to pick up the 1st down, and they'll spot it at the 42. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. Alabama comes to the line with 1st and 10. Looking for a gap. It's Hart. And maybe they want to try somewhere else because there is nothing doing in the middle of this defense. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. Ordinarily on 2nd and 10, you might look past, but here you just want to keep that clock moving. The give out of the gun. And he does a really nice job finding open space and making a good gain before the stop is made. Quick timeout from the offense to save precious seconds. Third and short, coming from the 34. You wonder if this is 4-down territory. Trying to pick it up on the ground. What a nifty run there to pick up the 1st down.
Fresh legs, man, and it is showing, of course. This team had the bye last week, and you're seeing it right now late in the game. Running the football, imposing their will against the defense that looks tired. Of course, they had to play last week, and you're seeing that right now.
They have declared their intentions on this drive, keeping it on the ground. It's 1st and 10 again. Low man wins, and he just smashed it. They bring him down, but he's got a 1st and goal from the 10.
Yeah, it's make or break time for this defense now. They got to get a stop, and if that's bringing more bodies in, bringing more beef in, they're running the football right up the gut, right at you. They're not going to throw the football in this situation. Time to be more physical and get this big stop.
And he is just engulfed at the line by this giant defensive tackle. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Running back looking for the end zone to the left. He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling. If they can get it into the end zone here, they can really turn up the heat in this one. 3rd and goal. Trying to punch it in. And he is swarmed under a host of defenders there to make the stop. They'll call timeout with 9 seconds left on the clock. Here we go. What great shape they will be in if they can punch in a touchdown on 4th and goal. They'll try to run it in. And he gets it into the end zone for a touchdown, a gut punch to this defense, and probably a knockout punch.
Some would say run out the clock. Some would say I don't need to add points. But here's the thing. It's your job to stop them on defense. Now, listen, the handshakes, they might get a little bit interesting after this game, but the offense did their job.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. He'll bring it back from inside the 15. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. One more play to pad the stats. Looking to throw, it's Reed. Good timing on the quick out. He's run out of bounds, but not before turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down. We said